What's up peeps, and welcome back to another Ark Survival Evolved video, where today I'm going to be giving you a tour of my base because frankly I've done quite a lot of work on it over the last few days. Obviously I did two very lengthy live streams on Twitch at the end of last week on Thursday and Friday, where I streamed for about 4 hours each day, and then pretty much over the past weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I played Ark from the minute I woke up each day till pretty much the moment I fell asleep. And I've just been concentrating solely on getting my base built up, getting a few creatures tamed, making a few changes, and preparing myself for the next leg of my adventure. Now obviously you can see I've made some changes downstairs. Got rid of my preserving bin and my mortar and pestles. If I go upstairs, I've got my preserving bins upstairs now on my second floor. I've got plenty of large storage boxes. I've got a fabricator, which is pretty impressive. I've got my industrial grill for rapid cooking of raw meats, prime meats. I've got my refrigerator for storing, obviously, perishables for long periods of time, so my berries, my meats, they don't spoil as quickly. I've even got water. I've irrigated the place, so I've got water on tap. If you're wondering what that noise is you can hear in the background, that's my electrical generator running. I have power, I have electrics. So I've obviously got 3 large storage boxes. I've got my smithy, I've got my upgrade station for upgrading my weapons and armour. If I go outside to obviously combat the heat effects that I keep encountering in game, I've got air conditioners now set up. So I've got a couple of air conditioners outside. I've also got another storage area out here where I've got my large storage, a couple of preserving bins, and I've got my 2 mortar and pestles, one for making obviously my narcotics and stuff, and the other for making cementing paste, spark powder, gunpowder, that sort of thing. And what I plan to do with the preserving bins is use them for making gibble, which is obviously going to allow me to tame creatures a lot faster out in the wild by giving them their most favourite, delicacies. Obviously to do that I need a lot of eggs and I need a lot of vegetables, so I've been trying to do my best to get more mated animals so that produce me eggs. I've tamed a couple of oviraptors, which obviously allow my mated creatures to produce eggs more frequently. So I've got parasaurs that produce eggs. I've got a big group of carnosaurs down here past my mammoth, which again are boosted by an oviraptor here, which produce loads of eggs for me. I've got 1 male and 4 females. And I've also got my dilos in the corner there, which again do the same thing. They produce eggs. I've got 1 male and 3 females. And now I'm going to show you outside the base. Take you outside and have a look. Obviously I've got dino gateways and human gateways. Now here's my original doorway to enter into the ground floor, which you're all familiar with from the earlier videos in the series. Oh, stuck in the door. Just remember to go outside it before closing. A few creatures wandering. Obviously, from outside, the building is quite massive. Because obviously I use the behemoth gates, that determine basically the ultimate height for my base. So yeah, quite a long way up to the roof. I'm pleased I've got an Argentavis to fly me about, to fly me up there. It took absolutely ages to get everything in place and build a structure off the back of a bird that flies quite quickly, actually. I wouldn't recommend perhaps an Argentavis as a building tool for anyone in game, because the movement speed's very quick and erratic. But I hadn't got anything else that could get me up to the height needed I mean, once I got some of the walls in place and some of the roof ceilings in place, obviously I was able to work off the roof and build basically from the top down, which made things a bit easier. And obviously outside my base, to give me some defences, I've planted these plant species X, which I have obtained by getting the seeds from the swamp. The swamp is actually brilliant because it's just over that hill in front of me. And if I take my mammoth in there, he can absolutely wreck the swamp in no time and acquire me large amounts of seeds, berries, wood, thatch. Although he did get his ass kicked quite badly last time I took him out by all the Titan boas, Megnuras, the soldier ant things, and Allosauruses. He pretty much got beat down to less than a third of his health, so I'm going to give him a break for a little while now from going out and exploring, and I'm going to actually take my Therizinosaurs out a bit to do some fibre gathering and thatch and wood gathering and berry gathering, because that's pretty useful. The fact that they gather fibre is very cool, because I'm going to be needing that. And look how small I am compared to my base. I'm tiny. But I need a big area for housing lots of big dinos. And at some point, I want to add another Rex to my collection, because I've obviously got the 2 females at the minute. And I really would like to get a male in there to mate boost those. And also allow me to obviously produce Rex eggs, which will allow me to make Rex egg kibble, which would be a great taming tool for other dinos. So let me just shut the gates quickly. Oh. And one of the things I am going to be doing going forward now, because I've pretty much finished my base, there's only a few things left for me to really do that I want to do. I'm going to be starting to adventure more out into the water, start doing a bit of deep sea exploration. So obviously to do that, I need a raft, of which I've built, and it's currently sitting over here somewhere. Here it is. So I'm obviously going to... Obviously it doesn't look like much at the minute, it's just a basic wooden raft, but I am going to be building on that soon, and expanding it and upgrading it and making it into a bit of a base on water. Give myself a mobile base that I can use on water to operate from while I'm out in the oceans. Deep sea diving, because obviously there's a lot of things under the oceans that I want to try and obtain and acquire for my crafting. I would love to be able to get a lot more silica pearls and oil and black pearls and things like that from under the oceans, because they're very useful for making electronics and polymers and stuff like that. I mean, I can get the materials from the north and snow biome. There's silica pearls quite close to the water's surface there, and obviously obsidian and stuff like that is pretty easy to obtain from the tops of the volcanoes in the snow biome. It's just hard work dealing with all the elements, you know, the elementals and things like that. But we'll be going up there, I'm quite sure. But yeah, I definitely want to do some deep sea exploration going forward, because obviously I would like to tame up some deep sea creatures, and what I'm thinking of doing is maybe penning off an area in the bay behind me and having an area filled with tamed water going creatures. Get myself a nice megalodon shark, a plesiosaur, a mosasaur, maybe even Tuceratophis, giant squid. That would be quite cool. Get myself a collection of the water-going creatures, and as I've tamed up quite a lot of the land creatures. I did spend quite a bit of time over the weekend while I was out on my mammoth harvesting and stuff, trying to locate a giga. I have not been able to find a giga yet anywhere on the map. I've seen the Titanosaur, the great big, obviously, sauropod, and I know where those are sort of spawning and located, but there's no way for me to tame one of them yet because I don't have access to any creatures with platforms that I can put cannons and stuff on to be able to knock them unconscious. That's the only way to tame a Titanosaur. You have to knock it out. And then, apparently, from what I gather, there's no way to actually feed it once you've tamed it. Once you've tamed it, which you do by knocking it unconscious, and then just basically going into the inventory, slapping a saddle on it, platform saddle on it, then it becomes your creature. But apparently it doesn't eat once you've tamed it. So after a few days, it will starve to death and die. Which doesn't make it sound all that promising as a tame. But I definitely want to find myself a Giga and see whether it will fit in my base. And see whether any of my creatures have got what it takes to take on and take out the Giga. Another thing I'm obviously going to be doing in my base at some point soon will be hopefully getting the industrial cooker, or the cooker. I'll probably put that on the ground floor where I cleared out my previous mortar and pestle and preserving bins, where I've got some space downstairs. Get rid of my, I've got rid of my, my campfires. I'll probably get rid of my cooking pot as well. And then I'll hopefully get it plumbed into the irrigation, although I'm not quite sure how that's going to work because everything in my base is on different levels, so trying to get the pipework to connect to what I've already got in place might be a little bit difficult. But hopefully if I can get the cook irrigated, then I'm going to be all set then for making kibbles, different custom recipes for different custom food types, which are going to be obviously better for me, giving me health and stat boosts while I'm out and about exploring. And of course for allowing me to make lots of dyes so I can do lots of painting. Because at some point my base may need a lick of paint, because it is a bit brown to look at when you're indoors in the main base, and the metal is a little bit too shiny for my liking and looks a bit reflective where I've used the metal, so I may do a bit of a custom paint job on my base just to make it really stand out. Good thing is I've got plenty of dinos which are making me lots and lots of dino poop, so I've got no problems with compost, so I'm going to be doing farming, and I'm probably going to put a greenhouse up on the roof of my base. That'll be something else I'm going to do in the future, and then I can start growing my veggies, which I'm going to need for, again, making kibble, making recipes, and of course I'm going to be keeping my eye out, keeping a lookout for a good high-level male T-Rex that I can use to make boost with my current T-Rexes to get eggs and maybe even mate them to produce some baby T-Rexes which are going to be even more badassly powered in the future. So this is just a quick update. I thank you for watching it, and I hope you'll join me for my next videos and maybe even check out some of my streams when I'm doing my big long Ark playing sessions over on my Twitch channel. For now, I thank you all for watching, and I'm going to see you all again soon.